Remember, you could start with this. You start with this first, and then what comes over it after? This. You need your stick figure of your Jedi first before you can make him. My name is Robert Geronimo, and I'm a writer-artist. We are at Art Lab in Staten Island, New York. Art Lab Incorporated is a non-profit art school. Before I start drawing Batman, okay? So in my class, I teach children how to get their ideas on paper. Some of them do funny stories, and then some of them do serious comic book superhero stories. And they're surprised at themselves by what they can do.
Do you want us to do the muscles?
Yeah, right now it's warm-up, so if you want to put up, yeah, plenty of time. A lot of them, they use the mythologies of Batman and Superman as a crutch. And they don't allow themselves to branch out and take elements and create their own characters. Don't make a Batman story. Make your own character. I encourage them to start just as I start in my process. Thumbnail layouts, a comic book script where you write out the dialogue, and then we work from rough pencils to final pencils, and then eventually, if they get that far, inks. This way they have an idea of what the process is like. You'd be surprised how quickly they catch on. Once you show them this is the procedure, a lot of them are already on their third project already. They can bring their imagination to life. I was taking classes at Brooklyn College for my art history degree. And then in my last semester, they offered a course. It was children's book illustration by Bruce Deegan, the artist and co-creator of the Magic School Bus.
The river of lava, a magic school bus, such a fine thing to do.
I was a huge fan of Magic School Bus when I was a kid. They taught you these wonderful lessons through this beautiful art. Because I love Bruce Deegan's line work and his coloring. He watercolors and gouaches those pieces, and it's just so rich and vibrant. He opened me to a whole world, which was children's art, and how I noticed how in children's book art, there aren't many restrictions. There's freedom for artists to express themselves in children's book art. You have art that looks like abstract expressionism, then you could have beautiful, traditional Renaissance style art. So there's this broad scape of artwork in children's book art. I developed this project called Little Maia in the Coral City. It's a wordless children's book. I feel that children's imaginations are suppressed because they have interactive media that is constantly doing the imagination things for them. You open up an ebook, the sights, the sounds, the voices, it's all there for them. So I can't imagine how these creatures are speaking and what ambiance is being heard. The mother and the daughter, or the father and the son, are sitting there, and they open this book, and they're both strangers in this world, Coral City, and they're discovering Little Maia's journey together. There's no reading the text. It's both going, ooh, and they're picking things out, going, look at this over here, and together. That's the important thing. I always loved comic books, and I grew up with these superheroes when I was a child, and having a mom who was really the rock of the family, she held us all together. I didn't understand why there weren't more strong female characters. Then I would look at the portrayal of female characters in the comic books, and it was extremely sexist. To print the book, I created a company called Ascalon Press, and the book is dedicated to creating strong female protagonists and for young girls to follow. I'm hoping for Ascalon Press, my company, to be successful in a way that people recognize that there is a need for strong female characters, and they know that they could come to us to get them. What's SG?
Supergirl.
Supergirl, I like it. Very cool. She gonna have a cape too, or no? I like it, very nice.